Hello, everyone. Um, People ask me what inspires me to be running my horror Instagram a lot, and I want to show you guys the stuff that I grew up watching and playing and stuff like that. That just um, makes me mainly want to do what I do because horror is a very near and dear genre to my heart. Um, and I want you guys to know that this stuff that I grew up with just like completely made me the person I am today, the weirdo. Um, and I don't have the first one, but I have the second suffering. This is the one from my childhood that I got at it's called Game Store. It's like GameStop, but it's a knockoff in Bakersfield, California, where I grew up. But this game was like one of my first horror games, along with Silent Hill 2, Resident Evil, Code Veronica, Resident Evil 4. Those are things that I grew up with, and my real love for clowns that you guys know of my profile picture and stuff like that, my masks, is a lot of it's based on Sweet Tooth because I grew up playing Twisted Metal 1 through 4, and then when Black came out, I was going ape shit, and I remember there's a part in the cutscene to where it's Sweet Tooth's intro, and he says, "Shut up and bleed, you motherfucker," and he doesn't sound like Duke Nukem, but he says that, and my mom was walking down the hallway, and I was like 8, and she just screams at me to turn this off, but like this is one of my favorite games, and I'm not a big car person. I don't like racing games, but I'm definitely into derby and car combat games. Um, this is the one that I actually grew up with. I found out that my dad still had this one, and I thought that was awesome. I used to take this booklet to school, and I would show other kids like all the stuff. I was like, "Whoa, this is so cool," and I did that. Um, yeah, I would just take it to school, and then this one didn't really come with one. But Midway horror games back then were really nice. I do have horror games on my PC that I will be playing for just quick videos. If you guys want to see what I'm like when I'm not reading from a script or anything like that, then that's me playing a horror game. Oh, jeez. Staying on the topic of PlayStation 2, I have Resident Evil: The Essentials. Now, Code Veronica is my favorite Resident Evil game, but then I played 4, and 4 topped it. But then I played Outbreak, to where you have several different characters to play as, and little things on how to complete the mission. And it's actually hard, but once you get the feel for it, you can try to speed run it. And excuse me, I'm so burpy. I just had a Dr. Pepper. But between Resident Evil Outbreak and Resident Evil 4, I think they're both tied in my heart. But look at this. This is such a badass case. And it's kind of banged up. It's old. I got it as a used copy on Amazon because the original that was there on Amazon for like brand new was like $100 something, and I just paid $40 for this. And I need to oh god, oh, I need to beat Code Veronica because I got really far when I was younger, and I had a blast, and I loved like the old like tank controls, and it just feels like you're super limited and scared out of your mind. That's why I like Outbreak a lot, and you have a lot more options. But yeah, this is one of like the best like collector's editions you can definitely get. I love this thing so much. I love that it's just called The Essentials. And when I got older, I discovered the game's Condemned Bloodshot 2. I remember the trailer for when that was going to come out, and I was going to play that. But they don't have it on Steam. Also, sorry for this being a dirty table. This is an old picnic table we used to use, and that's my desk for now. It works though. It's sturdy as hell. But yeah, I played Condemned Bloodshot 2 so much, and the online was insane. I have the first game on my PC that I want to play for this channel, but I'm probably going to have to wait until I move out so we can be loud. But the Bioshock series, I have Bioshock 1 and 2 on my PC, but I have 2 as a physical copy because 2 was my favorite. I like playing as the big daddies, and the atmosphere is scary just like 1. I don't like Infinite because it's supposed to be, to me at least, it's Bioshock works better as a horror-based thing, and Infinite didn't really have that. But I love Bioshock 2. I have the regular one and the remaster of Bioshock 2 on my PC, and I'll be playing the remaster there pretty soon. So yeah, if you guys want to see me play some horror games, definitely comment down below some horror games. But this one right here is like one of the first like horror games I spent with like my my own money that I had to earn from doing yard work. Also, I don't have a physical copy. At least I couldn't find one. Between my pile of video games and my boyfriend's pile of video games, but Dead Rising 2 is also one of my favorite horror games, and I like zombies a lot. And I have Dead Island Riptide, and I like the first 2 Dead Island games a lot. I really wish they came out with a third one and it didn't get canceled, but yeah, Dead Island is a game that I spent so many hours on in like my early like middle school days and like early high school because I wanted to go back to it. I also really enjoy Doom. Not really Doom 2016 because it's very repetitive, and granted Doom 1 and 2 are as well, but they have like a better feel to it. It feels like you actually, you know, are struggling, opposed to Doom 2016, and to where it just looks constantly recycled. People get really bored of 2016. But Doom 1 is good. Doom 2 I think is the best, and Doom 3 is really good because it plays like an actual horror game. It's got the scary atmosphere, and that's what I really love about it. Now, let's go for the horror movies. Now, or just not horror movies, but just movies. One I want to go for that is my all-time favorite superhero, because I like the darker superheroes and stuff like that are just like badass, you know, is Blade. Now my boyfriend got me this, and it comes with 3 movies and a 4th one played by a new actor who's not Wesley Snipes. And Wesley Snipes, I think, is the only person who could portray Blade properly. Which recasting is also how I feel about like race swapping. Like if a character is supposed to be Asian and they're a superhero, keep them Asian, don't make them an Indian guy, you know, don't gender swap or anything like that. I hate that stuff. Don't switch the roles and stuff like that. Like if they made Tony Stark somebody else, that would really ruin it. If they made Captain Falcon, or not Captain Falcon, oh god, who is he? Black Falcon somebody else, that would be annoying because I think the actor who plays him is cool. And if they just made like Black Widow like some like fat Armenian chick, that would piss me off because it's not, because she does like a really good job as him. And I also got this. He got me this, and then we went to Goodwill, which is now closed down because of coronavirus, and got me the VHS. And for those of you who don't know what a VHS is, I apologize, but oh, this is printed on. That's awesome. But I used to have this on VHS, and my dad had it. He still has a lowrider. He's Mexican. A lowrider truck that he would drive that had a DVD player, and it had DVDs and VHSs. And we used to take Blade and Michael Keaton's Batman, the first one, and we would just watch that while we're going out with him on like jobs to go like clean pools and stuff like that. But these are movies that like really stuck with me because I really like characters who are goofy sometimes. Like in the first one, there's a scene to where it's Blade and the cops start shooting at him because he's trying to like kill a vampire who he didn't finish off, and he's just pissed, and I really love it so much. It's such a good film.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
If you haven't seen Blade or you don't like superhero films, think of this as a vampire horror film. Even though there's like the horror aspect just being vampires, but 2 is scarier than 1, in my opinion. Also, I don't have some of the movies here, but a lot of Wes Craven films, and stuff like that, really inspired me throughout my entire life. And I just want to see it. Like I still watch all these movies at least like once a year, but I have a really, really big place in my heart for those movies. Now, next one is a movie. It's called shit watching, which is basically like you're watching a film to kind of make fun of it. But I kind of grew out of that stage exclusively with this film, and that film is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Now, I love that the new movies are having like this crazy, like warpy art and stuff like that. But I love this film so much. I love the lore of it. I love the aliens. This also got me into the big like clowns thing when I was younger, because I saw this movie for the first time on YouTube way back in 2006, where it was like you can just post anything and it won't get taken down. Excuse me. But Killer Clowns from Outer Space is one of my favorites, and also it's sealed just like the Blade 4-pack. And a movie that not define me, but a movie that just keeps me entertained are the Ninja Turtles, the old school puppet ones. And these guys are just, I think Donnie's my favorite just because he's kind of a badass, but yeah, it's got 1, 2, and 3, and then a 4th one. And it's got the really nasty one that's got the Johnny Test voice actor. Ew. That's the one we don't like talking about. But I love this film. I love the first 3 a lot. I love the characters and the designs. This is one of those things to where I talked about earlier, like with Blade and character swapping. They switched the lady who plays what's her name? Something O'Neill. Gosh, what's her name? Well, anyway, they replaced Miss O'Neill from the first and the second movie. I liked her in the first one, but in the second one, she's kind of a douche. And I don't remember the third one. It's been a long time since I've seen the third one, but I remember I really enjoyed it. And I watched these 2 with my friend Zarek and my boyfriend Tony, and I still enjoy these a lot. Still in the wrapping. Now, a set of movies, and one of my biggest inspirations because I love puppets and just weird like fantasy, is going to be Jim Henson. Now, Dark Crystal and The Labyrinth are movies that I have to watch once a year regardless. I loved the TV show Age of Resistance. I grew up watching both of these films. Never seen this one, but these 2 are absolutely great. I hate not horror. I hate musicals, but this one has music in it, and I think David Bowie does a wonderful job. I also love Chamberlain and all the other Skeksis, and it was just like a huge part of my childhood and just like what I would like think about, dream of. I used to like draw my own like Gelflings and Urus and stuff like that. I didn't like drawing Skeksis when I was little because I was scared of them. But those are 2 definitely movies that I love very much, and I also love Jim Henson's like his crazy stuff, like The Storyteller. If anybody knows what that is, I love that so much. I used to watch that with my grandma. She had the giant like VHS of it. She would just pop in. But this one definitely inspires me a lot, and I will never stop watching those movies. Now, to answer everyone's question of what is my all-time like Oh, that's what I was gonna say. John Carpenter is a big inspiration too, like The Thing, Ghosts of Mars, etc. They Live, so good. But a movie that he did that really inspires me, to just not give a fuck what people say and just to do better, because he had issues with the filming process of his first like actual film, and that's gonna be Halloween. And Halloween is my all-time, hands-down favorite horror movie, best Wes Craven film. Even though The Thing is a very close second. But I'm going to continue to collect John Carpenter's films, his horror films, and this is just one of my all-time favorite movies. I love Michael Myers in this one. It's so ominous. This is back when not everything was cheap jump scares. My parents have this story of me being, I think I was like 4 or 5 or something like that. I was very little, and I knew how to use the VHS because I saw it done a bunch of times, and my mom saw me back-to-back watching in a dark room in my parents' room, of watching, jeez, keep burping, of watching Halloween and Scream 1 on VHS back-to-back. And I think Dr. Loomis is my all-time favorite character in 1 and 2. I really enjoy it. And this movie is just like really I just love creepy stuff, and just the atmosphere of this movie and the tone and the subtlety, and how everyone's like, there's like barely any blood because they want to leave it up to the viewer, is stuff that I really, really enjoy. But this is my all-time favorite movie, or favorite horror movie, that is. And the last one that I have, actually before I show this one, I'm going to put on screen, I have a 9-part collection of The Puppet Master coming in the mail Thursday. And right now it is Monday the 18th. Yeah, it's the 18th of May, and I have the Puppet Master movie coming in along with, it comes with Killjoy 1, 2, and 3. Now, I don't like Killjoy from Full Moon Productions, or whatever they're called, Full Moon, but I really enjoy the Puppet Master films. Like, that's my desktop background. It's from Puppet Master. I'm getting really into it lately. Let me fix that. There we go. But yeah, I'm excited to watch those. I'm actually going to watch those with my buddy Zarek and record them and the audio way later on, probably on a separate channel that we all have together. But I'll keep announcements and stuff like that for everyone. And another movie that I just grew up loving and watching was the Saw series. Now, if you guys haven't seen this, I would definitely recommend it. A lot of it is practical effects. There's some CG, but I got this one at a Walmart as well. It just, it was either this, or I was going to get Wrong Turn 1 through 6. Or, yeah, they have 6. They have a 7th one coming out soon. But Wrong Turn 1 and 2 and 3 are good, but when you get to 4 and 5 and 6, they're terrible. But the Saw series never let me down. It's really good. I've always enjoyed it. I've always loved the gore messiness. I love the mystery of it. I think Saw 3 happens to be my all-time favorite compared to all of them. But I also liked Jigsaw, the very last one. So that one, Jigsaw's a close second, but I think 3 is my all-time favorite. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys some stuff that I grew up with, and some stuff that inspires me to do what I do on this channel, and finally answer the question of what's my favorite horror movie. So next time somebody asks me that when I'm doing questions on my Instagram story, I'm just going to tell them to swipe up and check out this video. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys just enjoyed me talking about stuff that I grew up with, or stuff that inspires me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll try to have a better video planned. This was all something I thought of last night while I was at work. Just been a excuse me, just been in a depression slump since I lost my job to the coronavirus thing. But I found a job, which is nice, and hopefully the progress of work and having selected days off will get me into the mood and the funk of creating for this channel and for you guys. So please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitch. I've been live streaming every now and then. Sometimes I'll live stream on YouTube. Keep notifications on, because if you don't have notifications on, YouTube will not show my stuff, and it's really annoying. But yeah, I will definitely see you guys in the next one, and stay safe, be good, and I'll see you guys in the next one.